Hello out there and welcome to this channel. I'm going to talk about a king who has a beautiful daughter. He's a princess daughter. He loves her. He wants to marry her to the courageous guy in the village. Well, he made this decision to them. He said, look, all you bachelors, I want you to get together, join me, and the one of you who's courageous, I'll give him my beautiful daughter. He'll be the prince in my palace. The young bachelors are excited. But there is a problem. There is a condition to get the girl. Well, there is a river next to his palace, and the river is infested with crocodiles and alligators, and it's scary. He says, any one of you who could cross the river and comes back alive, I will give him my beautiful daughter. Well, it's tough. Well, either you marry the daughter or die, and the death is not easy. The alligators, they gonna eat you alive, and it's not easy to be eaten by an alligator. You can't say, alligator, please. No, alligators, they gonna just cut you in pieces. They gonna do, it's horrible death. Well, all these bachelors that join in, they're next to the river there, next to the river water. Of course, it was a little higher than they were standing on a wall there, all of them wanting to go in, but they're afraid. Well, there were like a few friends standing next to the river there, and they're all wanting to go, but who wants to gamble with his life? I mean, come on. Is it worth marrying the daughter, getting eaten by an alligator? It's nobody would want to do it, and there's people just watching, wanting who's gonna do it, and the king with his daughter, they're sitting way back there in the palace, looking down and see if anyone will jump in and go across and come right back. Well, it's tough. Nobody dares. Three or four friends standing together looking. One of them pushed one of his friends into the water. And people start screaming, come back, come back. And he started running back, and he couldn't, and he was scared. The alligators come running after him, and then he looked at the other side, and then he started swimming, going across. And the alligator's running after him, and he's just moving. He's a good swimmer. He tried here and there, and they caught him, and he's fighting like hell. And finally, he made it. He made it across. Whew. And then the people start saying, come back, come back, come back. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. The encouragement starting, people clapping, and they want to come back. If you made it that way, going in, you can make it back again. Do it. Come on, we're gonna... And he's, no. And finally he said, I made it back. I made it here. I'm gonna go back. He jumps back in, and he starts swimming again. And the alligator's running after him, and he's swimming past, and he's fighting like hell, and the people screaming and clapping, encouraging, and there is so much ambience going around him, and and he made it. He made it to the end. They got him, he's so exhausted, and they pulled him out, and he's just, thank God. They're happy for him. He's gonna make it. He's like, I make it alive, for God's sake. I'm not thinking you. And they got him, and they just wiped him and all that from the water, and he was just, thank God. and they get him to the podium to say something. And the daughter, she's watching from the top and so happy. She's excited that she's gonna get married, and she's excited about this poor young guy who made it through. And the king knew he's gonna have a son-in-law. Now, the king asked him, come on over to the podium and say something. What are you gonna say about the whole thing? Oof. He breathes hard like this, and he said, well, I think two. One of them, I thank God for saving me from these monsters. I must be very lucky. I thank you, God, for all the blessing for this, for the strength you give me to move, to make it. What else? What's the second thing you're gonna thank for? I thank the guy who pushed me. Because I thank him, and also I forgive him. I forgave him because he threw me to be eaten by the alligators. And at the same time, I thanked him for putting me in heaven to marry the most beautiful, gorgeous princess, and I'll be the king's son. I thank him for that. The moral of the story is, sometimes you have to have a friend who supports you in every situation, even if he has to gamble to help you get something you need. He knows it's something that requires courage, just like that. Having good friends is very important in life. And be lucky, of course, and holding to God, of course. And I think it's a funny story. And thank you for watching. Jazakumullahu khair. Wassalam.